Uh, it was where we stopped last week. We're looking at the WISER model, WISER, which is something Robert Waldinger and Max had come up with, which is a way by which we respond to life. When things happen around us, instead of us reacting, it's a way by which we can rightly respond to the issues of life. W there stands for watch, 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 step back, understand the things that is at play, step out of the frame, right? So you can see the full picture. Don't be lost in the frame. Step out of the frame, see what is going on, observe, observe what is going on, take it in, see the different things at play. Right. So you see the different things that are at play. Have a strategic look over the thing or the issue of life. Right. So that's what W is for. High is that we begin to interpret what we have seen. What does it mean? What are the stakes? What are the things to be lost? What are the opportunity cost? What are the people where our people aligning themselves, or setting themselves up, then. Oh, Mike, thanks for coming along. Good to see you. So the word highlight is interpreting what you see. The word X there is what's X for again? X is to select. Select what you want to do. I hope I'm correct. Let's just go look at that. Uh um, I'm not let's see X. S obviously is to select. Select, the option, E is to engage, and R is pretty much to reflect and check over that. We'll take that in little pieces again. Just wanted to give a quick summary of what the wiser model is on that. Ellen de Botton, is a Jew. He wrote this book on relationships, right? The school of life. I love it. I love Ellen de Botton. I've listened to uh, a few of his YouTube talks, talks on relationship. I love it. And I had to buy his book, and he says that few things promise us greater happiness than our relationships, right? Our relationship promises happiness. I am happy when my wife, it's kind of funny, yesterday my wife was talking to me and I said, wow. I had to leave every other thing to hear her because sometimes she doesn't talk to me, Uh, we have a family challenge, been through this our sixth year going through it, at different times. I have to, each between my wife and myself will carry some different burden, that it pleases my heart to hear my wife talk to me, spend that time to share her heart with me because sometimes she just holds it to herself, and that doesn't help relationship. That doesn't make me happy when she doesn't communicate, right? So I just hear my wife talking yesterday, and I just left every other thing to listen to her, to be present. It takes two to tango, right? And as much as I say my wife doesn't talk, now when she talks, how do I respond? It makes a whole lot of difference on whether she will talk more next time. If in my business I don't give her the attention when she's talking, guess what? She ain't gonna talk more. Because don't forget, uh, everybody wants to be seen, to be heard, and to be loved. Attention is one way by which we'll give that to others. When I give you attention, I'm telling you that you are seen, you are heard, and you are loved. When I give you attention, I'm telling you that you are seen, you are heard, and you are loved. When I don't give you attention, I'm probably telling you you're invisible. Well, I don't have to say that with my words. My actions, that's what someone gets when you're not giving the person attention. You're saying, yeah, I can see you. I can hear you. I don't really love you. And that's why a lot of relationships have problems. The man probably expects, oh, I give you money. The woman probably expects, I give you sex. Love is more than that. The emotional connection is more than that. Intimacy is more than that. The word intimacy is intimacy. Intimacy, right? Is to be seen, to be heard, and to be loved, right? Intimacy, right? So we get that from relationship when those things are present, right? Uh, yeah, but and as much as relationship can bless us, they can, when someone you love is not seeing you, when someone you love is not hearing you, it can hurt you deeply, deeply, deeply. So you find people that love one another fighting just because they don't understand this basic foundational issues. I love you, but I'm pretty busy right now. I can't hear you. What you're saying is, I love you, but I don't love you. So it cancels out. I love you, but I don't love you. Because if I truly love you, I have to show you that you're visible to me. I can hear you, right? If I can't show you that you're visible to me and I can hear you, I truly don't love you. Attention is one of the key ways we give love, we show love. Love is not just an emotion. Love is something that you show by what you do. If I say I love you, then I gotta hear you. I gotta show you that you're visible, that you make a difference to me. It doesn't matter every other thing, right? It's an emotional connection thing, right? So sometimes, so relationship as much as can give us pleasure, sometimes the people we love don't understand these basic things and they can hurt us this deeply, you know. And sometimes we think we know these things. We don't. We don't. I've lived life thinking I knew this, and I've probably been hurt. I've hurt somebody. I've chased after a relationship for 11 years, but in my stupidity, I probably didn't do the right things. I probably thought I knew and did something else, and chased after a relationship in frustration, not doing the right things. As much as I love this person, I just didn't know the basic things around relationship, and it didn't work. So that's why I do a lot of relationship talking today, is because I've been there. I've been through the mud. I've made mistakes, right? I'm teaching you from my mistakes. I've made mistakes. I've learned. Most of the things I talk about, I didn't just read in a book. I've been there. I've hurt people and I've been hurt myself, right? Though sincere, I have never intentionally hurt anybody. I've only hurt people because of my ignorance, right? I've worked within the limit of what I know, But when you know more, you can do better. So I know more, I'm doing better. And I'm sharing with you and learning from you also. Don't get carried away that I know a lot. I'm learning myself. That's one of the things I do with the book club. When I share, the more I share, the first person that listens to me talking is myself. I'm talking first to myself. So I'm not, this is not to do as if I know. I'm also learning. I'm talking to myself first of all, right? Before any other person. So I'm learning. I'm in a continuous process of learning. Don't forget again, we're sharing from a book. This is not just my knowledge. I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm learning. And I love Michelangelo on his dying bed said, I'm still learning. If Michelangelo was still learning on his dying bed, who am I? I'm still learning. We're all learning. The way to win in life is to keep learning. The day you stop learning, that day you start dying. There's no pride in showing off learning. It's what are you getting from it? It's more important to be productive than to be prideful about what I know or don't know. Knowledge will puff you up. That's what the scripture says. If you stop, just go by, I know. Useless. What is your knowledge producing? That's more important. I'd rather be more after me being productive than to show off people that are what I know or don't know. Right? Let's go on. So we're gonna. So love is a skill to be learned. That's what Ellen de Borton says. It's a skill to be learned. A relationship is a skill to be learned. None of us brings it up from heaven, right? We'll learn. We'll make mistakes. We'll learn from our mistakes, and we'll get better. Love is a skill to be learned rather than just an emotion to be felt. A lot of people make a mess of their life. They didn't get taught through their adolescence when those hormones begin to flow. They think it's just I feel love. I feel love. No, 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 that's love. That's lost, right? You're trying to use somebody. When you love somebody, you'll wait. You'll hold back. You'll be more matured. Love is not that thing that's shaking you. That infatuation, that and love. right? Love is not being hypnotized. Love is still being under control. When you lose control, it's not love, it's lost. Love is under control. Love is intentional. Love is proactive, right? Love is intentional. Love is proactive, right? It's not that reactive thing of just going for or being seduced or being hypnotized. If you are living under an hypnotism, you understand love is lost. Love is intentional. Love is proactive. Love makes decisions, right? Love is responsible, right? So let's go on. So last week we 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 stopped, we looked at watch. So we're going to key in here and continue with interpretation, the I part of the wiser model, right? So, and the wiser model is just a way of helping us not to live life out of reaction, being reactive, but out of responsibility, making decisions, making judgment on what we do, right? And it ties with Jesus Christ says that when someone slaps you on one side, turn the other one, right? And a lot of people in religion just thinks that is you going to look for people to slap you. That's not what Jesus is saying. Jesus is saying be responsible. When someone does anything to or against you, that is their responsibility. They are responsible for that action. What you are responsible for what you do, right? You can never give an excuse that I slapped you because you slapped me. That is foolishness. That's immaturity. They are responsible for slapping you. You are responsible for what you do after, whether you hold back or you slap back. You are responsible. And I love it. One of the policemen, put something out on this our new talk of No Greed 2024. And it makes it clear if you slap that person falls and die, you go to jail. You won't say because person slapped you, right? So you are responsible for what you do. You are responsible for your reaction. You are responsible for your maturity or immaturity. There's never an excuse. That's all Jesus is talking about. Not talking about you going about looking for one to slap you. Just saying be responsible. Never give excuses for your life. Don't ever do something because someone did something. Do something because you decide to. Be intentional, be proactive, be in control. Be intentional, be proactive, be in control, right? That's the whole essence here of talking about the wiser model. So last week we talked about the W, right? Um, all right, so this is some month notes here on the reaction on the I'm going to jump all of this. We did it last week. We're just repeating it. And I think we talked about the interpretation last week. So last week, not last week, last time around in the B part of this, we talked about watching and interpreting. And I've talked about pretty much what it means to watch is to seize what is happening. Someone slaps you, take 2 steps backwards. What's going on here? Why did he slap me? Did I do something wrong? Am I in a zone? Out within my zone? Is he waking me up or is he trying to hurt me? Am I in his territory? Is it the only one? Are there other people with him? Observe, size up the environment. Again, take 2 steps backwards, step out of the frame so you can see the whole picture of what's going on, right? Then interpretation is, all right, what are the stakes here? What do I stand to lose? What do I stand to gain? You know, I'll give an example. This one time someone sent me a stupid email on a Saturday, you know. Unfortunately, someone had told me earlier on that person had posted somewhere and said, "Hey, I'm gonna get Akin, I'm gonna do this," So I was kind of prepared in my mind for that person, and he now sends me a stupid email on a Saturday morning. I did not watch. I did not interpret. I jumped on it. I jumped on that email and just you know. Well, uh, I won the battle. I put him in his place. I told him, I talked him off, but I lost the war. I won the battle, but I lost the war. It cost me a promotion. It cost me a good grade that year. It cost me money, but my take home was reduced. I could have done differently. I could have taken two steps backwards and just watch, interpret, look at what is at stake, and could have taken a better respond. I could have responded better than I did. But I was carried away by my emotion. I was carried away by my pride. I was carried away by my stupidity. Yes, I won the battle, but I lost the war. I won the battle, but I lost the war. In life, you want to win the war, not the battle. It's more important to win the war of life than to win every single battle. Some battles you choose to lose so you can win the war. Those that succeed in life win the war, not just the battle. Those that become rich win the war, not just the battle. Those that are successful win the war, not just the battle. If you want to win in life, you got to win the war, not just every battle. So step back, ask yourself, what's at stake? Do I stand to lose? If depending on what I do, what do I stand to lose here? What's at stake? So it's watch,